everyone, welcome back to my channel, Reacting to. I'm Dika. So last time on Bleach, as soon as Grimjow got his arm back, like I assumed would happen, he ended up murdering Loopy. That didn't take long. In other words, trying to claim his rightful place back as the 6th Espada. Obviously Orihime felt a little bit like bad, and she was a bit worried because of the way he was like laughing and like crazy, and I'm a bit worried as well because him coming back to his full power doesn't sound good for anybody. However, she was sort of monologuing to herself, and she thought that, you know what, I really hope that what I've just done here isn't going to be a detriment to her guys, her people, because obviously she's healing them, and that's going to be kind of counter-effective for I was about to say the Suicide Squad, the Soul Reaper Society. the Soul Reaper Society squad. The boys then made their way to Las Noches, and they had encountered, obviously, throughout the episode, both Uryu and Chad wanted to prove to Ichigo that they had become much stronger, making sure that he doesn't take on the 2 arrancars that they started fighting up against, making sure that they were the ones taking much more of the blunt and much more of the responsibility, indicating to Ichigo that, look, we'll take on these guys, or you're going to end up having to fight something much worse, so it's better if we take on the supposed small fry. We also got introduced to both of their new attacks. I do apologize, I think I got Uryu's wrong. It's Ginra Kojoku, his new sort of like weapon sequence, like his new attack, and then El Director was Chad's new, much more powerful strike. Now here we are with the episodes 145 and 146. Oh yeah, his super El Director. Oh damn! He doesn't even watch you perish.
No one will be leaving now. That's how the room was designed.
There must be a door then.
The sentence is death, pure and simple. We will all be crushed as the room collapses.
That's the palace. Las Noches.
It looks like some kind of palace.
I bet they feel like they'll never reach there. It feels like it's never getting closer. Yeah, this must be the Espadas. So cool. And then who's number 1 then?
Good morning, my dear Espada.
Is this when HR get together? Meet the company.
It seems we're under attack. Before we talk about that, let's have some tea first.
I have to give it to Aizen here. At least he treats the people he wants to treat with respect.
I don't get it. It's just a little wind.
Afraid not.
Is there something in the wind?
What the hell's happening? I think it's a sandstorm. Don't let go!
Oh. Are they going to get separated as well? Because they're going to go into the sandstorm.
Not tight!
It's quiet in there.
What? Wait a minute. Is it really supposed to be this calm inside a tornado?
I don't think so.
I thought that something like this might happen, so I've had this spirit orb since the last time we needed it.
Oh, damn.
You mean you just took one? Don't tell me you swiped it from Kukaku's place. You moron! As a matter of fact, Kukaku gave one to me!
I'm not sure this is the best time to be distracted for you.
No, it's cracking! You gotta do something quick! Do what? You've gotta be kidding me! It's not my fault! What have you done?
Ichigo's...
It was no big deal.
What the hell's that?
Begin the presentation, Kaname. Sir.
Oh, damn, this is proper corporate.
Ridiculous. When you said we were under attack, I assumed it was some kind of army. These are just a bunch of kids. Where's the danger?
You sit... Yeah, Yami knows the danger.
I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger.
You have to exterminate pests as soon as they start infesting your home.
Lord Aizen hasn't given such an order yet. Sit back down. But I'm not finished speaking yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Could you return to your seat for now? I can't make out your
Yeah, I don't know, his weird manipulation.
All of you are to return to your quarters and behave as if everything were normal. Regardless of the situation, as long as you remain calm and stay with me, they are no match for us.
For the trees to look that small from this distance, and the palace itself to look so big in contrast, we have to assume that it's unbelievably huge.
Is that a hollow? That's a hollow lizard.
I wonder what these little guys end up eating to stay alive. Here in Hueco Mundo, reishi is highly concentrated throughout the air.
And the Soul Society is made up of all that.
The higher the density of reishi, the stronger we are. I confirmed that in the last battle we had.
Because of
Well, that's interesting. You say you function better when there's a lot of reishi around. You sure sounds like a hollow to me.
Excuse me, Soul Reapers are practically the same.
I'm not.
As far as the arrancars are concerned, we're not only the enemy, we're also food. Even if we should come across a normal-looking hollow.
Ew. Are these hollows? What the hell?
A human? No way. There can't be another human living here.
That is first version level either one. 10 years. Oh.
What'd we do to you? Stop picking on us, will ya?
Yeah, she's.
Why don't you just leave us alone?
A mask?
She looks like an arrancar because arrancars remove their masks.
We never thought our game of eternal tag would cause such a misunderstanding. It'll never happen again.
Shit.
Masochist, and it's no fun for Nell unless Nell is chased to the point where Nell starts to cry.
Why are you teaching this kid words like masochist?
Nell is an arrancar, and Nell's full name is Nell too.
I thought so. She's an
Nell
arrancar.
sure is. Oh, and these are Nell's brothers.
That means you're not really siblings at all.
Oh shit.
If these guys are my siblings, what are they then?
So just like the Soul Society, where when they pass over to the Soul Society, you don't always pass and meet your family again, they become families. Hollows can become families within each other. So this arrancar, by the looks of it, a young arrancar, which she would have had to have been created by Aizen, because hollows need that evolutionary step from the Hokyoku to be created into arrancars in the first place. They met Nell, and they said, you know what, you're alone, we'll be your older brother, which is actually kind of sweet. And if you remember, aren't technically hollows created from souls with regret and like anger? So it's almost as if they couldn't pass on and they become like sort of left with bitterness. Or if I'm mistaken, and I do apologize if I'd forgotten, hollows were technically humans once. They just went to the dark side essentially. So that's actually kind of sweet too.
The arrancars who went to the world of the living are called numeros.
Numeros?
Oh.
Wait.
All the numeros can be identified by 2-digit numbers, and they serve directly under the Espada. So, you're just more like
A Soul Reaper.
A Soul Reaper, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a soul reaper.
Sorry.
a Soul Reaper?
A Quincy and a human?
What are we gonna do?
Do you know what this means? You're the bad guys. Tag, you're it.
Oh, she took his son Bakto.
It's a game of eternal tag.
Why is he chasing us too?
That's what I want to know.
Oh, that's it. Ichigo has you. Oh yeah, they're all gonna trip over that same thing. Take your sword back.
Nell can't believe you saved her.
Of course I did. You would have been squashed under that giant arrancar. Look, we're in a hurry. Can't stay and play with you. Go run around with your friends and play some more tag.
Since you asked for death, I shall grant you your wish.
What the hell's that? What the?
Uganga, the guardian of the white sand.
Yeah, but would that be enough? He's sand, literally. It's gonna come back together.
You won't even confess to attempting a sneak attack. For this, you intruders must be punished.
What are you trying to pull on us? It wasn't a sneak attack.
And was he the one that's creating the tornado? Yeah, Ginrei.
El Directo!
Now. Ah, nice. It was strong enough to get him now.
Grab my hand!
I have a
Don't let go of me!
I'm going to swallow you all up in one fell swoop!
oh. Oh, an ice attack. Is that Rukia? Moisture. He's dead. Hey, and Renji. Renji. Did they sneak out? How did they get away from Yamamoto? Yes, so Rukia and Renji. Of course Rukia's gonna come to try and save Orihime, and Renji ain't gonna go nowhere without Rukia. Oh.
Why couldn't you have just waited for us to come back and help you?
Because I had no idea if you were actually gonna come back.
True.
Of course we were. Why couldn't you trust us?
That's true, actually. Oh.
I thought we were supposed to be your friends, Ichigo. Please don't ever make me confirm something as silly as this ever
Oh,
again.
that's Katisha.
You're not on the same page.
We talked about this before. We're the Nodambe Phantom Thieves. If you'll wait for us, now we'll guide you to Las Noches.
Jealous.
May I ask you what your relationship is with Ichigo? What?
You're pretty popular with the ladies. Just shut up.
They're gifts. My brother did.
Oh, he knew! I don't know, I'm getting excited. He knew, so that's so sweet. That's what I was gonna say.
But it was my captain who got us to the world of the living.
My brother said the only order received was the one to bring us back to the Soul Society.
Yeah, I see.
Loophole.
You did that, huh?
Is it another one? Oh, it's finished! So those are really good episodes, 145 and 146. We finally saw the whole assemble, the Espadas assembled, and we got a chance to see all of them. I really liked that when Aizen had called in that meeting, he wanted to make sure everyone was chill, and I'm assuming he's the way he treats his Espadas is because one of them, or potentially a lot of them, he's looking for the ultimate goal, turning them into, or hopefully getting some Vastolordes. So he needs to treat, like, it's almost like, not treat them mean, keep them keen, but he like takes care of them. So he was very presumptuous in the sense where he's like, look, don't underestimate them, because obviously Yami, Grimjaw, and even Ulquiorra realized that, you know what, we can't be underestimating them. Everyone else seemed pretty like, you know, they look like kids. He was like, no, don't underestimate them. It was very, even though with his instructions, he was very much like, let them come to us. He was like, if you stay with me, we're unstoppable. In other words, saying, it's almost like a mother hen saying, if you stay with me, nothing can defeat us. We are always winning, guys. So that was his sort of ideology around it. Even though Grimjaw wanted to go out there and kill him, go after Ichigo, potentially would have a really good shot at it, but I liked how his instructions were very specific, you know, keeping them close. Like I said, they could become, that he's looking for the Vastolordes. I'm assuming one of them, I've got a feeling it's Ulquiorra. One of them's going to become a Vastolordes, or unless he already knows, but that's what he's hoping to do, I'm assuming, maybe with the full power of the Hokyoku, I'm not sure, but we'll see. But I guess that's what his goal is. We got a chance to get a good idea of the makeup of Hueco Mundo, and like I said, that moment where they were looking at the little hollow lizard thing, so he was giving Ichigo some facts, and I love how Ichigo was just goading him the whole time, but at the same time I don't know if I don't know if it's a case where I feel like Ichigo gets almost a kick out of the way he teases Uryu. It's almost just like they've got a very love-hate relationship, and I really enjoyed that. It goes to show sort of their friendship and just how their dynamic is. They're both tsunderes. I think that's the best way to describe it, to each other. Like the way the way Uryu acts with him. So we also got a chance to see oh yes, obviously with both Chad and in the beginning of the episode, both Chad and Uryu defeating those other arrancars, that was just an outpost 22. So they got a chance to see the size of Las Noches, which is the palace, and they seem to be moving on and on and on, and by the looks of it, it probably is humongous if they could see it from that distance. So obviously they're encountering other people while they're crossing this desert, and one of them was Nell too, which is another arrancar. I don't believe her brothers, so Donda Chaka and Pesh, I think his name was, I believe they're actually hollows, and obviously Rababawaba, sorry, the centipede pair, I feel like they're hollows. Nell looks like the only arrancar in that group because she had her mask was literally removed. I know that there was that whole conversation in the last episode about arrancars could come on a different scale. They could look very inhuman, or they could look almost humanoid. Like a good contrast is how we've got Ulquiorra and obviously the guys sitting on the Espada table, how they're very humanoid looking. But these guys looked like proper hollows. So I've got a feeling Nell was the only arrancar, and I like that she explained that the arrancars that were fit for battle, that were made from the Menos. So again, I'm going to look back into this. There were Menos Gillians, so they're the numeros. Again, the numbered one. I'm assuming, trying to indicate they're the numbered ones, so they're numbered. And all of those they serve under the Espada. So it was nice, and by the looks of it, Nell and her friends and their pet were just playing eternal tag, passing time. Again, hollows do live in Hueco Mundo, and I think around, like I said, I'm just trying to figure out if Nell was an arrancar that was created again the same way the other ones were created. I'm assuming she was created from a different type of Menos. If the arrancars, a lot of them were created from Menos Gillians, maybe she was created from a Menos Grande, I don't know, or maybe she's just literally a basic hollow that was created. So she was created from a basic hollow into that, but I don't know. I wonder if we'll get more about Nell. I really love that bit where, and I was going to talk about how that's a fantastic contrast, when Rukia and Renji had turned up when they were fighting the Sand Hollow, the Sandman person. They both punched him up because Rukia was annoyed with him. She was like, we were planning, we already looked at each other as soon as they got snatched up from Orihime's basement. They already knew that we're going to go back. And I loved how Rukia was like, we're your friends, you should have given us more trust. And that was so sweet, as relieved Ichigo was to see them there and happy. And it was true. He did have a point. He said, I don't know if you were going to come back. Because we were planning on coming back from the beginning. You should have had more trust in us. And she was like, I hope I don't ever have to, I thought we were friends. And I hope I'm never going to have to prove that again. And I absolutely love that. Just to go to show, firstly, Ichigo's relationship with both Rukia and Renji and how it developed, and how that's such a fantastic spitting contrast to Ichigo's very good at doing things by himself. He didn't even expect Chad and Uryu to come with him, but then his other friends, Mizuino and Keigo and Tatsuki, his other friends, like, why are you not we're here to help you, we're your friends. And it's nice to now finally see that come full circle. You've got his human friends that feel that way, and obviously you've got his friends he made in the Soul Society. And I love, everyone was full on shocked when we found out that Byakuya made sure that Renji and Kisuke was the one who opened up the portal for them, but when he was like, oh, where'd you get those from? And I was like, oh, Byakuya it was a gift from Byakuya. I absolutely love it. I mean, again, Byakuya was the way, and I've said this way back towards the end of when we got to the end of the Soul Society arc, Byakuya was the way he was because of what had happened with his wife and obviously his, Rukia's sister. He closed himself off. That's a part of him that he couldn't try and form a proper relationship because it was too painful, and obviously Rukia reminded him a lot of his wife. But it's nice to see that everyone was shocked, even I was shocked, but in a happy way, that Byakuya was like, you know what, just make sure you look after yourself, take some cloaks. And it's true, he's like, my order was to make sure they come back, but what they do now has nothing to do with me. So I really, really like that, because I was shocked. I was like, wow, oh my god, maybe Byakuya is becoming soft, but he still doesn't like Ichigo. He's becoming softer and being able to treat his sister-in-law / sister as a proper, give her a bit more respect and be a bit more of a brother figure to her. So that was sweet. Those are really good episodes. I'm very intrigued. I feel like Aizen, there's a much bigger plan Aizen has. I don't think he'd be... one of the things I would have thought was he might be using Orihime as bait, maybe. Technically, Orihime is there for a reason. However, he's very confident that, look, if you guys don't go out by yourself, it's fine. You stay here with me. We could sort it out. You know, you get the logistics. So I wonder if he's got a bigger plan there. He was kind of expectant for them to turn up, so I'm wondering where that's going to lead to. And I'm also wondering, obviously, they're kind of like literally readying and waiting. They're waiting for the Hokyoku. Otherwise, they'd be up on the world of living, attacking everyone and shit like that. So I'm quite interested to see what Aizen's next move is. And of course, we had, what was its name? The Sand Guardian, Runugagan, I think that's how you say his name, turn up again, even though they thought they destroyed him. So I'm wondering if this is another version of him. I wonder if, even though Rukia he had broken apart, but essentially what if her ice needs to be actually wet for it to, like, sort him out. Not sort him out, for it to actually proper affect him. And lastly, Nell clearly now seems to be quite, I wouldn't say infatuated, but she seems quite, I can't think of the word, with Ichigo. Especially when she was sitting there, she didn't like how Rukia was like, there was another woman there. Even though pointing out what your relationship was with Ichigo, and obviously Renji taking the mick, which is actually really, really sweet. But no, I've got a feeling now, unfortunately, is going to get killed at some point. Or she's going to, again, I feel like if Aizen could just sit there and let Grimjow kill Luffy so easily, just like, not do nothing about it, I don't think Aizen will have much care for somebody, as she had called herself, the Bugs, like like a low class arrancar. So I'm really worried for her because I really like her. And again, maybe because of her size, maybe because of, I don't know, her age, Ichigo will have a soft spot for small kids because he's got younger sisters. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Now, those are really good episodes. I can't wait to see what happens. And of course, if this is going to be the last obstacle before we reach Las Noches. And if you did like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.